If you're eating clean, working out consistently, and maybe you've even tried medication like Ozempic, and the scale still won't budge, you don't have a motivation problem. You have a systems problem. I know this because I've helped multiple women drop over 100 pounds in less than a year. I've helped hundreds of women drop 40 to 60 pounds in 6 months when they thought it was impossible. Women with PCOS, high blood pressure, diabetes, hyperthyroidism, women going through menopause, or women just dealing with hormonal changes that make weight loss feel impossible. My client Laurin is proof. At 285 pounds, pre-diabetic, with PCOS and only a few months out from turning 40, she was one step away from being on medication. In about 4 months, she was able to drop 50 pounds. In 9 months, she was at 100 pounds lost. And in just over a year, she was down 122 pounds and was able to stay completely off of medication. And Laurin isn't the first. We helped Latifah drop 100 pounds in 8 months while having PCOS and being on medication for both diabetes and high blood pressure. After 8 months of working with my team and I, she dropped 100 pounds and got off of all of her medication. We've helped women like Teresa, Josephina, and Adrian do the same thing. So if you're a professional woman that's juggling work, family, and the health conditions that make weight loss feel impossible, the system I'm about to show you absolutely works. Here's what you don't understand about your weight loss goals. Goals are emotionally driven, but systems are execution driven. Think of it like this. Goals are the compass. It points you in the direction you want to go, but systems is the car driving to the destination. When you step on the scale and you see a number you don't like, you set a goal. You go, I'm gonna drop 50 pounds. And that feels good today. You feel motivated, you feel inspired, but goals don't tell you what to do on Tuesday morning when you're exhausted and you have to go to work. That's where systems come in. Because here's the truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Lauren's goal was to drop 100 pounds, but what got her there wasn't wanting it more or wanting it as bad as she wanted to breathe. It was having a system that worked even when she didn't feel motivated. The first principle is going to be track what you lack. If you're not tracking, you're guessing, and guessing does not work when your hormones are fighting against you. Here's a few things you need to track. Number one is going to be your weight. At the bare minimum, you should be weighing yourself once a week. Same day, same time, same conditions. Data, not emotions. Here's the trigger to make sure you don't forget. On Sunday, your alarm goes off. Boom, you get up. Process, step on the scale, then log your weight in the app. Then track weekly trend lines within your app. After 4 weeks, you'll see whether the trend line's going up or down. Number two, track your food intake, your caloric intake. And here's a non-negotiable. Use a food scale and weigh your food in grams. Not guessing, not eyeballing, weighing and measuring. Why? Because what you think is 1 serving of peanut butter is actually 3. Here's the trigger. Every time you're about to eat, pull out your phone. Here's the process. The food is already prepped and portioned. So all you have to do is log it into your FitnessPal app or whatever tracking app you use before you start eating. If you're smart and you're eating the same foods routinely, you can have it pre-logged. So then all you have to do is push submit and you can go ahead and start eating. Track. You'll see your daily caloric intake and that will tell you whether you're in a caloric deficit or not. Put a tracking app like MyFitnessPal on your home screen. Make it a standalone app on your home screen so you can't miss it. Number 3 is going to be your workout frequency. Trigger. Calendar reminders go off for gym time. Process. Drive to the gym, open your workout app, complete your program workout. Then track it. Check off your completed workout on your calendar. This is what Laurin did, and this is what separates the women that hit their goals from the ones that are spinning in circles trying to figure out what they're doing wrong. This helped Laurin drop 50 pounds in 3.5 months while having PCOS and having issues with diabetes and high cholesterol. The second principle you want to apply to your life in general is going to be prior proper planning prevents poor performance. The 5 P's, and here's where you're failing right now. You have good intentions on Monday, but by Wednesday, life happens. Work, kids, exhaustion, hormones, the list goes on, which is pushing off your workout. I'll do this next week. I'll do it when it slows down. I'll do it when it's less busy. I just don't have the time right now. And that's why my clients and I do Sunday success calls. Here's a trigger for that. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a 1-hour reminder goes out to all my clients. Then 10 minutes before our meeting, another reminder goes out. That's another trigger. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the last trigger goes out to my clients. They know it's time to get online so that we can meet. Now, the process for the call goes like this, and you could do the same thing every single Sunday. I need to lay out the exact time and days I'm going to be working out this week. Times, not parts of the day. 8 a.m., not morning. The more specific, the more repeatable. Number 2, when am I going to go grocery shopping? When am I going to order my meal preps? When am I going to order my groceries to my house? And then finally, when am I going to cook? If you're ordering your food or someone else making the food, then don't worry about it. But for the majority of you, you're cooking. So when am I going to cook? Am I going to cook Sunday and cook enough for the whole week? Am I going to cook Sunday and Wednesday because I run out of food after a few days? You have to make that decision for yourself. And then finally, we're going to review the previous week. Did I do all my workouts that I scheduled the previous week? Did I stick to the meals that I said I was going to prep? Did I even make it to the grocery store? That's how we track if we were successful. Trigger, process, track. These are the 3 things that goes into all successful systems. This is the key for a successful week. Make all the decisions ahead of time. When Tuesday morning comes, you don't decide then if you're going to work out. You've already decided on Sunday. Your gym time is blocked, your gym bag is packed, your car has gas, your workout is written, and your post-workout meal is already prepped. At that point, you don't need motivation, you just need to execute. Same with food. When Thursday evening comes and you're exhausted, you don't decide what's for dinner. You open the fridge, grab the container, pre-log it, and eat it. No decisions, no willpower, just execution. This is how Laurin was able to go from 50 pounds lost to 100 pounds lost while you're still gaining and losing the same 10 to 20 pounds. But here's the secret you're probably missing. If you're always pushing through resistance, the problem isn't you, it's your system. Think about it. If someone made all your food and brought it to you on a tray every single time we needed to eat, wouldn't it be easier to stick to your diet? Of course it would, because it removes friction. You spend more time executing and less time thinking. And here's the thing, the more decisions you have to make during the day, the more likely you are to fail. It's called decision fatigue. Maybe you're deciding what time to work out, what exercises to do, what to wear, what to eat for breakfast, how much to eat, whether to meal prep or order out. By 3 p.m. or 1 week in, you're mentally exhausted, and that's when you break. So ask yourself, what would make the system automatic? Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Put a calendar invite to yourself for when you need to work out. Have a workout routine programmed ahead of time. Buy your food every Sunday at the same time. Cooking it all on Sunday. Prep every meal for the entire week. Fill up your gas tank on Sunday. Pack your gym bag on Sunday night. Whatever it is, make the decision once and then execute it on repeat. You're failing at your weight loss journey because you have too much emotional resistance included in the process. You're not making enough decisions ahead of time. And that's exactly what the 5 P's are for. Prior proper planning prevents poor performance. And that's exactly how Laurin kept going from being 100 pounds down, which is incredible, to 122 pounds down, which took her all the way to her goal weight. The third principle that I teach my clients is the winner's mentality. Because even with tracking and planning, life is still going to test you. Week 8 of your program hits, you have a major deadline, and you can't meal prep on Sunday like you usually do. What do? Old you says, I'll just start over next week. I'm just too busy right now. I don't have time. But the new you commit like a winner. Winners do 3 things. Winners commit, not try. I'll try to eat better equals giving yourself an out. I'm committed to tracking my food this week. Give yourself no plan B. Winners make a way, not make excuses. Can't meal prep this week because you're too busy from work? Order pre-made meals. Only have 10 minutes available to work out? Then do the 10 minutes. If you have less time, invest more money for convenience. And if you have the time, invest the time to make yourself successful. Either way, you make it happen. Winners finish, they don't miss. Do it ugly, but don't miss. If you're supposed to do 60 minutes of working out, but if you can only do 10, it's a little bit ugly, but you didn't miss. The 10-minute workout isn't perfect, but it keeps the system alive. Remember, winners don't always do it perfect, but winners don't miss. Now, let me give you the actual framework that Laurin followed to drop 100 pounds in 9 months that you can start doing right away. 2 miles a day keeps the belly fat away. Walking every single day for 2 miles. Not intense, just consistent. Trigger, put it on your calendar at a specific time. Process, just go walk the 2 miles and then track it. Check it off on your fitness tracker. Daily movement regulates insulin, which is super important for you if you have PCOS, if you are at risk for diabetes or high blood pressure, or you have thyroid issues. If you can't commit to 2 miles every single day, commit to 1 mile. The most important thing is that you start. Number 2, if you want to lose the weight but keep the shape, then 3 times a week, you need to lift weights. You should be focusing on strength training 3 times a week, especially if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. Here's why. If you want to keep your curves and your shape, then the goal should be to preserve as much lean muscle mass while decreasing your overall body fat. Weight training is going to help you to improve your blood sugar levels and blood pressure. It's going to protect bone density. This is especially important if you're in your mid-40s or beyond. And it's going to keep you metabolically active, especially if you're dealing with hypothyroidism or menopause. You're losing muscle fast after 50 through something called sarcopenia. In Laurin's case, she followed a simple 60-minute routine 4 times a week with weight training. She started off with a simple workout like this: box squats paired with incline bench press, hip thrusts paired with bent over rows, and shoulder press paired with Romanian deadlifts. The number one thing she focused on, and you should too, is getting stronger every single week. Now that's what worked for her schedule. Your system might be a little bit different. Maybe you have 45 minutes or 30 minutes to spare. Maybe you want to do 5 days instead of 4, or you want to do 3 days. The point is, she followed a system she could be consistent with. And the final rule, and the most important thing, is going to be, if you want your clothes to fit, you need to be in a caloric deficit. And this is going to be based off of the law of thermodynamics, which teaches us that you must burn more calories than you consume in order for you to lose weight. And not just on a daily basis, but the accumulation of how much you ate over a 30-day period versus how much you burned. The amount burned must be higher than the amount consumed in order for you to continue to lose weight. So if you're not in a caloric deficit, you're not going to lose weight, period. It doesn't matter what trending diet that is getting promoted at the time and what they promised you, what the medications promised you. If you're not following that simple rule, you're not going to lose weight, period. That's physics, not my opinion. This is why you feel stuck right now. You're eating healthy, but you're not tracking. So you don't actually know if you're in a deficit. Remember, it's important to track what you lack. And to ensure you're in a caloric deficit, you want to prep your food ahead of time using a food scale. Weigh your food in grams before you cook it, and then make sure you log the food inside of your tracker. With your food being made ahead of time on, let's say, Sunday, when it's time to eat, all you have to do is have the pre-logged food be updated into the tracker, and you can go ahead and eat the food that's ready for your consumption. Make it as easy as possible to make the right decision on a consistent basis. That's the definition of a successful system. So here's what you might have gotten wrong in the past. You built a system, but you never updated it. But your system has to evolve as your life changes. What you were doing before you were married might not work once you're married. What you were doing when you had your old career job might not work with your new career job. What you might have done before you had kids may not work when you have kids. That's why every week during Sunday Success, we meet as a community and we optimize and improve. Every week we ask, did I run the system? Did the system work? Where can I improve? Every week you want to ask yourself, did I follow my system? Did the system work? Did I lose weight? Do I feel stronger? And then where can I improve? Where did I fall short? Where can I do better in this upcoming week? It's a simple process, but it makes a huge difference. For example, if Laurin misses a workout during week 5 because of a work emergency, the old approach might go like this. I failed, I'll just start fresh Monday. But it's Thursday, so you still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. New approach, we added a backup slot, so if you miss Thursday due to an emergency, you can still go at lunch on Friday. The system got better because we optimized it. That's what happens at every Sunday Success session. We meet, we review, and we improve. And your system's gonna get better every single week. Now, why do all of this? Not just for weight loss, but for freedom. Because when you have systems that run without you thinking, you actually grow and see results. The goal isn't to work harder, it's to build systems that work for you. High performers don't push harder, they build smarter systems. Everything in my program runs on a system. Workouts, eating, planning, community. And the more consistently you run your system, the more self-trust you build and the less you rely on motivation. I don't rely on motivation to help my clients transform, I rely on systems. And you're never gonna be in the right emotional state that's unrealistic. So stop waiting for motivation and build infrastructure instead. This is exactly what Laurin did. She tracked what she lacked, she planned properly to prevent poor performance, she committed like a winner, and she optimized her weight loss system every Sunday. 50 pounds in 3.5 months, 100 pounds in 9 months, and 122 pounds in a little over a year. And she was able to avoid medication and diabetes entirely. But here's what matters most. She has freedom now. She's not thinking about what to eat. It's already planned. She's not deciding whether to work out. It's already scheduled. She's not relying on motivation. She's relying on systems. And you can do the same thing. Just like Latifah did, just like Teresa did, just like Josephina did, and just like Adrian did. This system works. If you're a professional or executive woman that needs to lose at least 50 pounds and you have health conditions like PCOS, hypothyroidism, you're going through menopause, or you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or high cholesterol, and weight loss feels impossible for you, you don't need more motivation, you need the hormone balancing protocol. I've created a 7-day fat burning reset challenge where I'll teach you live how to do exactly what Laurin did and accelerate your weight loss. If you check the description of the video, you'll be able to register. And if you want to work with me and my team in our premium one-on-one program, you can find that in the description as well. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow for more content like this. Until next time, my name is Coach Jeremiah. Stay consistent.